thank you for tuning back into another Red Robe Talk. Today, I want to talk about she's not submissive because she wasn't taught to be submissive. I know a lot of people, and today is like, where the submissive women at? A lot of men are like, where the submissive women? Men, you can't ask for something that they weren't taught to be. Listen to me. Either you're taught when you're young, or you learn when you get older. That's just what it's going to be. Mothers, a lot of black mothers, didn't teach their daughters to be submissive. They taught their daughters to go to school, get their education, go to college, get higher education, and to be able to take care of themselves. They didn't teach them that while they was in college trying to get their education, to also be a loving, kind, caring female that holds her virginity, if she still had it at that time, or if she didn't have it, just to know that don't give yourself to people like that. Hold yourself, because when they was in college, they should have been, yes, they could have been getting a degree, but also the man would have found them because they were feminine and they were showing submissiveness. Now, I'm not saying that they were showing submissiveness by doing everything for the man. No, I'm saying that feminine part of them would show that man that, yes, they're the feminine woman that's going to be submissive. And I know, down in me that she is going to be submissive. Because femininity is all about being submissive. Femininity is sitting back, relaxing, and letting it be done for you. And I get a lot of people like, well, you just want to be lazy. No, that's what women were for. Women were not out here working hard. No. You're the man helpmeet. You're his helpmeet. That's what women were. And that's what women are. But modern women today don't want to be that because they weren't taught to be that. They weren't raised to be that. So a lot of times they learn it later on from seeing other women go through it, and then they say, oh, I'm tired. I want to be provided for, taken care of. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you want her to be submissive, but a lot of women weren't taught that. Sorry to say, it's that's just what it is. They weren't taught that, And women, I get it, y'all saying, well, I ain't gonna be submissive for the wrong man. It's never a wrong man when you're in your feminine. When you're in your femininity, men will flock to you. Young men, older men, all men, because it draws them in. That femininity draws in that masculinity. That's why the Bible says he finds a wife, because she's in her femininity, and that masculinity, it pulls together. So he finds her, not she finds him. Also, ladies, what y'all have to realize is y'all want the man to show y'all this before you say, okay, I'm going to be submissive. No, you're already being submissive in your own house, in your own space. You're already cleaning. You're already cooking. You're already providing for yourself. So when he come in, the provision is taken care of by him. You still cook. You still clean. And now you take care of him. And if you have children, you take care of your children. I know a lot of people, well, just like I seen, last week, this girl made a post on Facebook. She's married, and she said she felt like a single mom because all her husband do is go to work. Well, that's all men were supposed to do. The women want men to be women and to start doing women things because of the 2022. But no, men have always been the one to go out and to provide, and the women has always been the one to take care of the children. Now, when the children need to be chastised, that was then the man's role. The man will come in. A lot of times, That's what it was. And a lot of times with the daughters, they talk to the daughters, but the boys, they would beat the boys or punish the boys because they was trying to teach them to be strong men, not weak, not emotional, not crying. And nothing's wrong with a man crying, don't get me wrong. Nothing's wrong with a man showing emotions. But ladies, real talk, if you a feminine woman and you want a masculine man, you are not going to want a man that's emotional and crying all the time. That's going to turn you off. You'll be wondering why you don't have like the drive to engage in, the fun activities with him. It's a turn off. It's a turn off. It's a turn off. Because you feminine, you want the masculine. Now, if you a masculine woman, yeah, you're going to like that feminine, man that let you run over him. You're going to like that for a minute. But eventually, you're not. Because that's not where you're supposed to be. You're out of position. And you're not going to like that sooner or later. It's going to feel like, he weak. Yeah. And you're not going to like that after a while. So, women, let's be submissive. And when I say, well, you don't want to be submissive for the wrong one, could they take advantage? That's why you vet people. That's why you don't just say, okay, I met him, I like him, we went on a few dates, he good, da-da-da-da. No. You vet people. You find out what he's about. You find out if y'all have similarities that y'all like, things y'all like to do. Because if he don't like to do things you like to do, then more than likely you're probably going to clash. You're probably going to clash, and it's going to be an issue later on down the line. So, women, you have to realize, men are men, women are women. A lot of times, that's what men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It's because men think more logical. Women be all emotional all the time. If you look at situations, you will see, like, a lot of times, women be saying, I feel. And men just say what they say. You don't hear them say a lot of times they feel. Because a lot of times it's not their feelings, it's logic. And women, you come from the feeling side, which I get it. We're more emotional. But sometimes we got to rein in that emotions and think more logically. Yeah, think more logically. So, men, finding a submissive woman in 2022 is not easy. Because these women haven't been taught submission. A lot of them don't even know what submission is. They think it's the man ruling over them and telling them what to do, and they can't do anything. That's what they think it is. They don't look at it like it's protection. They don't look at it like it's provision. They don't look at it that way because they weren't taught. They didn't learn it. They weren't taught it, or they didn't learn it. So, yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. And ladies, if you really sit back and just go back into your femininity, I get it, a lot of y'all are masculine and you've been taught a certain way, but just start being more soft. Take care of yourself. First, it's going to start with you. So if you start being soft to yourself, then you can feel how to be soft to others. But get in your femininity. Rest in your femininity. Don't allow nobody to make you go to the masculine, because that's not where you're supposed to be resting. Rest in your femininity. And trust and believe me, a masculine man will see it. Not one, a lot of masculine men will see it. And they will love it, because that's what they're looking for. And it's rare to find. So you'll be like a diamond in the rough. You'll be like that needle in a haystack. You will be that gem that a lot of men are looking for and can't find. And when they find it in you, you probably have more than one suitor trying, because it's rare. So ladies, rest in your femininity. And men, that's why a lot of women aren't submissive. They weren't taught. It's like everything you're taught, like a lot of them weren't taught. Yeah, they learned to wash dishes and to clean the house and to cook and to wash the clothes and all of that. They did. But they learned that for their survival. They ain't learned that to bring a man in and do it for them. See, they be doing it already in their own household. But when they bring a man in, they be thinking, oh, now he need to help 50-50. No, that's not how it works, ladies. That's not how it works. Men do manly things, women do the women things. And I know people say, well, mopping, cleaning, and cooking all ain't women. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because the men was out there working, getting the money. So all you had to do was come home and food be cooked and prepared, the house be clean, the children be, not running amok. And all you had to do was get his shower or bath, whatever, and get ready to eat. And sometimes, the women already had the water running for him. So when he got in the house, she ran the water, so it be nice and hot. You just step in and wash yourself. Some women even wash their husbands. I know y'all probably like, what? Yeah, some did. So, and you can too. It's up to you what you want to do in your relationship, to show your femininity. But, you want these men to be women, and sorry, they're not women, they're men. And they're always going to think like men. That's just it. If they start thinking like a woman, you ain't going to want them much longer, because it's not where you were supposed to be. You're not going to be comfortable with it. You're not. It's just like some women be with me and they be like, he ain't even stand up for me, he ain't fight for me. It turned me off. Yeah, because a man is supposed to protect their woman. And if this man not protecting his woman, she's not, it's going to be like, oh, like no. So, I hope this helped y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed the talk. I enjoyed the talk. And like I said, we just have to learn. And I try to teach the young girls that, listen to me. But a lot of them have been coached by their moms, and it's hard to break it. It's hard to get through. But I try, because I want those women to have successful marriages. Successful marriages. Not just a marriage, successful marriages. So again, thank you all for listening, for tuning in, for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for commenting, and for just spending your day with me. And remember, you all stay blessed, because you are blessed.